For 2 years the ants have been underground. We had hope that London and Tokyo were isolated incidents, the last pockets of survivor pushing up to the surface in search of food. It is worse than we feared. They dug deep, they multiplied, and they evolved. Welcome to the Hive. Unlike Rome, the Hive was built in a single night. It's a bit worrying for the residents of Tokyo, especially with the hordes of flying ants which are currently coming out of it in order to eat everybody. Flying ants? Yes, flying ants. All falling. These are the new enemies that I promised you last time. Well, specifically I promised you enemies that weren't ants. I lied! I am a liar. Get used to it. Flying ants can take a little bit more punishment than the regular ants too. They can also fly about. Our objective here is simply to destroy all the ants that come out of the hive. This is the first wave of 3. Today we have the Plasma Shot, a plasma shotgun. It has a range of 400 meters and a pretty decent spread. Very effective against flying enemies, especially ones that flit around the sky like these ones do. I also brought the rapier along because I really do enjoy using it. These ants do have a rather annoying habit of dropping to the ground as soon as you damage them a tiny bit, and then flying off again. The flying ants are exclusive to this game. They did not appear in 2017, and I'm fairly certain they didn't appear in the first game either. The reason everybody's so ooh about these flying ants is that in the last invasion there were no flying ants. And as these are ants descended from the ants from that invasion, it implies that they've been developing underground. Which is not good. Not good at all. It's quite bad. That was the first wave, I believe, and the second wave is now approaching us. Look at them fly. Oh. Technically, I shouldn't really say the first invasion, as there's only really been one at the moment. The ants are not actually aliens themselves, although they are weapons of the aliens. The aliens are referred to as the Invaders in this game and the Ravagers in 2017. The giant ants themselves are named Gigantors, emphasis on the ant in the middle I suppose, in this game, which rather confuses the issue. It's not really clear where these ants came from. Does it imply that the aliens come from a planet that has almost identical ants but big? Did they come to this planet, find some ants, make them big and go, we made some big ants, let's set them on them? What's all that about? I don't know. The ants themselves don't seem to be intelligent, more mindless drones than anything, which kind of makes you wonder how they managed to pull off a simultaneous attack on 2 different sides of the world, in London and in Tokyo. Was that some sort of coincidence? Or is there something more sinister at play? Maybe the ants are more than they seem. Maybe there's some sort of like queen ant that's really clever. Knows what it's doing. Like in Starship Troopers. You know, they find that big bug at the end and they capture it, and then Dr. Horrible tells everybody it's afraid. Just like that. Perhaps. I don't know though. We'll see, or maybe we won't. These ants definitely won't be seeing, as we will be killing them. Boom. Zap. Kablamo. It's sort of interesting in a way. These giant ants have chosen to build a hive rather than a nest. Do ants build hives? I thought that was something that wasps and bees did. Well, I suppose ants are technically quite close to wasps, in like genetics. The same shape for a start. Go and look at a wasp. Compare it to an ant. You'll see. Once again, we're nearing the end of the mission. Not that many ants left. I believe this is the last wave. And I know it's the last wave because I've looked at the video. By the way, if anybody's baffled by all the flat billboard sprites lying around, I shall post up a little guide about them in the thread. They're fairly self-explanatory, but I'm going to pad this out however I choose. The very last ants are here, and we have done it. We have cleared out the hive. Hive 5, everybody. Hive 5. No? Oh, shut up then. No time to dilly-dally, we've got to choose our equipment for the very next mission. I want to choose the Sky Turtle. Really want to choose the Sky Turtle. But I won't. So our next mission, going under. We'll be going underground. Going underground. Going underground. By the way, if you would like me to post up these mission descriptions in the thread rather than waffle over them in the video, please tell me. I'm new at this. Help me. Forgot to edit this loading screen out. This is what the loading screens look like. Left it on purpose. Honest. We are underground, specifically in a subway system of some sort, which the ants have built their nest around. That one's in the floor. Fighting underground is slightly problematic in that the corpses of the ants tend to clog up the tunnels somewhat. Weapons that can fire through enemies are most valuable here. The inventory does not have any at the moment though. We come equipped with the AS-18R variant today, which is a rapid fire higher damage variant of the AS-18 vanilla. We also have the G-Launcher UM-1A, a grenade launcher. In the grenade category, it fires grenades. They explode on impact. Some of them don't. Well, other grenades don't. It's pretty good, it's got a bit of an arc to it. It's a little bit tricky in that your momentum affects the arc of the grenade. Fire it while running to the left and it will tend towards the left more. It's not the only weapon that does this. Some of the weapons the Pale Wing has are rendered almost completely useless by this fact, especially while flying, as you can try and fire your gun forwards and have it go off sideways, which is no good. It's a pretty good gun, especially in this sort of environment. Having the grenade's arc is a little bit annoying, but it sets it apart from a rocket launcher or something like that. The AS-18R fires green bullets for some reason. Just to show you that it's different somehow. I just blew myself up with a grenade. That was very clever. It's worth noting that the AS-18R has twice as much reloading time as the vanilla AS-18, which you will have to do far more often thanks to its rapid fire. Very effective in close quarters though, which is nice. It's got a bit of a reduced range as well, which isn't as nice. Plot wise, we are underground in order to clear out a nest of the Gigantors. The idea being that they've dug out this massive hole underground with their anti-legs. During the first invasion, sorry, only invasion so far, there's not going to be another one, I promise. Don't look at the box art, don't look at the box art, there's nothing but ants. All that happens in this game, just ants. Where was I? What was I saying? I've forgotten. Give me a moment. Oh yes. During the only invasion, there were several attempts to clear out a rather large nest of ants. obviously did it so well the first time that it's bound to work out the second time. I also suspect that some of the underground missions were ripped off directly from this game. Later on there is a string of free missions which is almost identical to free missions in Earth Defense Force 2017. Of course, I cannot know whether it was a rip-off or not, unless I play Monster Attack, the English release of the first Earth Defense Force, which I plan to do soon. Boom! Mission complete. As usual, I've got a small little extra thing at the end to show off. No new vehicles today, I'm afraid. But let's have a look at these civilians. Oi! What are you doing? You're pushing me. Hey, bring that back! It's government property. Oi, stop it! Stop it! Why are you doing this to me? Civilians appear as white dots on the radar. You can shoot them, there's no penalty for doing so, and they will die. They run far enough away, they start disappearing. Fairly sure down there is the end of the level, i.e. the massive invisible wall that stops you from going out of bounds. And that's it, bye.